Alright guys, here's a new release from Christopher Ward. This is the C60 Trident 40mm Mark III iteration. And they brought to the table some new elements here. Even when you click on their website, I don't know that they really fully take advantage of some of the items that they did to this watch. So hopefully I can share that with you here today. So first of all, let's talk about the case size. It is actually a true 40mm, or like 40.1, but it's basically 40 mil. The lug to lug is a 49.6, so it's hovering just under that 50 mil. Totally good with that. You have nice curved down lugs there. And if you look to the way that case shape is done, there's a lot going on there. I mean, they really spent some time angling and shaping that case and transitioning from brushed to polish to brush to polish, and then transitioning all the way back to the case back, which is heavily pressed out. So anywhere you look on this watch, you're going to see some characteristics that are just fun to look at. So overall thickness is 13.2 millimeters, so right about that 13 mil. I really don't like to see them get much thicker than that, so for this case size, I think that's totally fine. Also, keep in mind, this is a 600-meter water resist watch. So that's pretty impressive for this overall case size, I have to say. 20 mil lug width, nicely done bracelet, tapering down to an 18 mil. Fantastic clasp. Bravo on the clasp. Simple 2-button pusher, very reminiscent of some other Swiss watches that I've had in the past, and I'm a big fan of it. It's all milled. It maintains fairly thin, easy to operate, will not break loose on you. It has double prongers there. And then check out this, guys. Check out that quick adjust there. So you slide it, you slide this bar that way, and then you can adjust out. So very slick, and it's their own design. So well done, Christopher Ward, on that. So let's talk about some of the guts of the watch before we get into some more of the details. It houses the Sellita SW200 movement. And I gotta say, I'll put a clip at the end of this video just for kicks. Some of these more expensive watches, and I really don't think this is expensive for what you're getting, and we'll talk about that in a second, but I threw this thing over on the Watch Polygraph, the time grapher, if you will. And I'm not even going to spoil it. Just watch the video to the end. I'll put that link at the end. I was super impressed. So the lume on this also impressive. I'm not familiar with this formula, but they call it a X1GL-C1. And usually when I hear C1, I'm thinking, oh, great, it's going to be kind of weak. So I'm not sure what this formula is, but the lume actually looks really good now. And I'll do a segment in the video with the lume. I'll shut the lights off like I normally do. So let's talk about the dial a little bit, and definitely the handset. Of course, you have that standard, or not standard, but traditional trident on the backside of the seconds hand there. That is a must on the Christopher Ward. I think that is their signature move, and I appreciate it. Of course, you have a new hour hand, and then a really nicely done minute hand. I think maybe I'm a little biased towards arrow-shaped hands because of like the Seiko Monster love and everything like that, but they're so easy for me to read and get an exact position of what hour it is. You have indices all the way around, even where the Christopher Ward logo is, and even when you have the date cut out at the 3 o'clock, which is also kind of printed around, and you have a black date wheel with a white print that pairs up really nice with this all black theme. Of course, you have the automatic 600 meter 2,000 feet printing, Swiss made printing. The Christopher Ward is even printed on there. And then at the just below the 12 o'clock, you almost have like a matte black printing of their double flag logo. And I know some people would maybe rather just see that. But I got to be honest with you. Maybe it's just because I'm getting used to it, but I'm actually starting to like the Christopher Ward at the 9 o'clock. I think it looks nice. It looks, I don't know. I'm sure I'm not you know, the only one that thinks that, but I might be in the minority still with that. So you have the double candy bars up there at 12, and then you have, and it stays going all the way around in variants for size and everything like that. You have a nice little chamfer on them. They catch the light, plenty of loom filled in there. Excellent ceramic bezel insert. It is so sharp, has shine to it, but it's easily legible, and that's because they also put the loom in the ceramic insert there. Signed crown, screw down, very good, very well done. Look at that case profile. It is so dynamic. There's a lot going on there, guys. It's not basic or simple in any sense. Also, and I know Mark over at Average Bros definitely touched base on this, but it has a quick release system that is slick as heck for changing out the bracelet. Say you want to put a different strap on there or whatever, or I'm not sure what other options are going to be coming in the future. Maybe some silicone straps. I haven't really dug around, but you pinch these guys together, if I can do it. You pinch these guys together, and that end link comes right out, and it's super easy to do. And again, this bracelet is a really well done bracelet. There's not much deflection on it. So that's all captured and everything in there. And then you just line it back up. See if I can do this. You guys like to watch me struggle with, wow, that was, that went really good. I tried it before, like a couple days ago, and I kind of fumbled around with it a little bit, but man, that time it went really good. So you have a flat sapphire crystal that sits slightly proud of the bezel. I'm sure there's AR coating on the underside. I don't think there's any on the top side. So, I mean, this thing is just well done indeed. I might actually even purchase one of these. I know Bruce already sold this guy, but I wish I would have had a chance at it first, honestly. There it is on my 7.25 inch wrist, and I think it is the perfect size, thickness. Yeah, I'm like kind of digging this watch. The price on it's $910, and I gotta say, I think it's worth more. You know, the bracelet, the first center end link does not articulate, but you got enough play in that first articulating one that it almost lays flat on the case back. So I have no issue with that. It's only when it doesn't do that. You know, if it protrudes out and does one of those numbers, not a happy camper. When it does that, I'm good with it. So this is a pretty good total package. Bezel action, 120 click, solid. I wouldn't call it play. It's almost like it just, you know, pulled back a little bit and settles into position. Again, one of the better bezel actions I've handled. Lines up perfect. Their quality control, at least if they're consistent with this particular watch, their quality control is top notch. Their build quality is top notch. The accuracy is top notch. Some of the added bonus features, such as quick release end links, which I would pretty much let it live on this bracelet. The bracelet is that good, and that clasp also contributes to it. I like the double flag logo. The quick adjust, the double pushers, the simplicity of use, just a great all-around watch. I'm actually very enthusiastic about this. So maybe I'll reach out to Christopher Ward and see if I can get some other models in. I haven't spoken to them. I know they sent out a bunch of different watches to other channels, but hopefully I can see some more in the future. But if you guys are looking at one of these and you're thinking about picking one up, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. I really don't. This is a pretty sweet watch. So their Mark III edition, they nailed it, home run. With this one, the 40 mil specifically. I know there's some other models they just released. I haven't had a chance to put my hands on those. But this guy right here, well done. Well done indeed. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks, Bruce, for lending this in, and I will talk to you guys soon. I know I did my typical thing where I forgot to do the loom. And then stay tuned after this. I'll put the time graph section. There you can see the loom. Of course, initially it's going to look super bright. I think it's going to hold its own for a while. You know, like here it is next to the Zen 104. It's definitely on par with that. And then especially when they have that really nicely done loomed ceramic bezel insert. This thing's pretty killer. I got nothing to knock it on. I mean, it's pretty slick. All right, guys.